What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 182. And we start today's stuff with some player training for looking at the league table for our first game of today's episode, where we take on Hannover 96 away from home. And after our victory over Hoffenheim with 9 games to go, we still lead the league in the Bundesliga, but it's only on goal difference ahead of Borussia Dortmund, and it is so close right now in the race to the title in the final few games of the season. Really, you would say anyone in the top 6 has a real chance to win the title. Realistically, you would say it's the top 4, us, RB Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund, and Bayern Munich. But then Frankfurt, you can't rule them out either, or even Wolfsburg, who are our third opponents today. Really, it is just so tight. You can't really rule out anyone in the top 6. It is just so close as we approach the final few games of the season. And as we know, we cannot afford any slip-ups between now and the end of the season if we're to be crowned champions. So on the back of our victory away against Hoffenheim, now taking on Hannover 96 away from home. And what a start it was to the game as well. 90 minutes in, Leverkusen take the early lead. And if we are to win the title, I'll say it depends on the form of these two men. The Blades boys, Ollie Shaw and Ivan Toney, who together in recent weeks have just been on fire. As we know, Toney now has over 20 goals for the season. This was goal number 22 in the Bundesliga, and Ollie Shaw still leads the way in the race for most assists in the season this year. Both of them are absolutely on fire, and they should have combined for our second goal in the 40th minute as well. But Jonathan David, you might have noticed it, took a block, if you will, on Toney's volley there after Shaw chipped it into him, and that deflected it into Ruben Blanco's path. So should have been 2, but it was still 1. But in the first half, it was just the Ollie Shaw show. I mean, the guy was just controlling everything down the left-hand side. Should have had yet another assist there, and a hat-trick of assists in the first half, but good stop by Ruben Blanco, and Meyer kept the score at 1-0. And from that, Hannover broke and came down the right-hand side. Final chance of the half fell to Solero Santos, who rolled it across, and the shot by Akhmetov was very close to nestling into the bottom corner, just wide of Lunin's right-hand post and behind for a goal kick. But whilst we were leading by a goal, and Shaw was really pulling the strings out there, Hannover showed it just takes the one chance for the AI and Ultimate to get a goal. Just wide the post, still 1-0, and whilst we might have been looking in control of things, we were still only up with a slender advantage. So in the second half, we went in search of a second goal, and once again, it was Shaw down the right-hand side who had our first chance of the second half. He was just on fire in this game, picking out Arnie Meyer. His first shot well blocked, the second shot, well, went way off target and into the stands, way behind the goal in the running track. Still 1-0, and his stoppage time, would we pay for missing all those chances? Well, as Daniel Pedence rolls it through, oh my word, I must say, when I was playing this game, I thought it went in. Solero Santos went one-on-one with Lunin, and with virtually the final kick of the game, I saw the net ripple. Unfortunately, it went inches wide of the near post and behind for a goal kick. I thought initially the goal had gone in. I thought he squeezed it in the bottom corner. Instead, it went just wide of that post, and that's how close it was to us dropping points in this game. Final score, Hannover 96-0, Bayer Leverkusen 1, and we escape by the skin of our teeth right towards the end of the game. One of the final score, and with Borussia Dortmund winning by 3-0, we know that this title could be settled on goal difference this season. So as we've seen in recent weeks, a 1-0 victory over Stuttgart, 2-0 over Hoffenheim, and 1-0 there against Hannover. The wins alone might not be enough for us to win the title. Because we're level with Borussia Dortmund right now on points, we might need to win, and win by more goals, if we are to be crowned champions. So, 1-0 and getting the 3 points, that's the most important thing. But really, we need to score more goals. And of late, whilst we have been winning, we've not exactly been dominant, and we haven't been convincing either. Just about got away with that one there, as we do get the 3 points, but just by the skin of our teeth. So for the second game of today's episode here, coming in midweek, as we return to the Bayer Arena, and now take on Athletic Bilbao in the second leg of our Champions League round of 16 tie here at the Bayer Arena. After going to the Basque region in Spain and winning convincingly by by 2-0. I felt confident here, taking them on back at home, that we will get the job done. And just 4 minutes in, we settled any kind of early nerves. Jonathan David, who scored in the first leg, scores here as well, makes it 2-0. What a season he is having right now as he opens the scoring there and gives us an early lead. And 14 minutes later, just off target here from Steve Zabala. I tell you what, I like this Uruguayan kid a lot. Very close there as it was still 1-0. But like on the weekend, we were getting so many early chances in this game. We had another one 90 minutes in. Shaw stepping in field from the left-hand side, rolling it across to Daniel Kurzweg, taken down after his shot, and the referee gives a penalty. No doubt about it, certain spot kick here. Of course, we got awarded a very unfair one against Stuttgart in the last episode, but this one, certainly a penalty. I don't even know what Restos was doing here. Kurzweg had taken the shot. It was well saved by the goalkeeper, and he lunged in with no reason why to do that, but he lunged in for some stupid reason, gives away a certain penalty. Kurzweg won it, Kurzweg takes it, and Kurzweg scores it, drills it in, and makes it 2-0, whilst Jonathan David wanted another goal, and making it 2 goals in the same game in 20 minutes in. I thought Kurzweg deserved to take it, man. He won the penalty, he deserved to take it, and he scores it as well. Daniel makes it 2-0, and really, I mean, we could have been like 5 or 6 goals up in the opening half an hour. Bilbao's defence was just absolutely atrocious. I was slicing them open like a hot knife through butter, and here, Ollie Shaw, how did he miss the target from there? He really should have got his first goal in the Champions League this season. Terrible attempt there, as it was still 2-0. And in the 33rd minute, well, a calamitous error here from Andrei Lunin. The Ukrainian this season's been really good. However, he has made a couple of mistakes this season. Add this one to the list. Corner whipped into the middle, and the first shot was very well blocked. But blocked by Lunin. But after the ball drops to the floor, Lunin goes to pick it up and he drops the ball. He goes to pounce on the ball on the floor and he just seems to lose concentration perhaps as the ball squirms through his fingers and is turned in by Cordoba. Bilbao make it 2-1 and they still needed another 3 goals here because we were leading by 4-0 on aggregate prior to that one, so I wasn't really too concerned. But Lunin with a shaky moment as he gave Bilbao a glimmer of hope. But really, the game felt as good as done at half-time. We were totally in control of things in the first 45 minutes, and despite the error from the Ukrainian there, we were on top of the game, controlled things really, and thoroughly deserved to go through. Final score on the night, 2-1, 4-1 over 2 legs, and that is our place booked in to the Champions League quarter-finals. And of course, as we know, the board have asked us to reach the semi-finals this season. That is my aim as well. I'm aiming for a semi-final place in the Champions League. We're now 1 round prior to getting there. And as I did my post-match interview here, we checked the draw for the Champions League quarter-finals, where Bayer Leverkusen will be taking on in the last day of Europe's premier competition. I mean, you just knew it was going to be one of the two, didn't you? You just knew it would be one of the two, either Roma or Atletico Madrid in the last 8, and it is the latter. Bayern Munich take on PSG, RB Leipzig face Barcelona, Real Madrid take on Roma. Go on, Roma! And it's Atletico versus Leverkusen in the last 8, as we'll take on our former career mode team. You knew it would either be Roma or Atletico Madrid, for sure, right? And it does end up being the Spaniards. Atletico Madrid with the first leg going away at the Metropolitano, sandwiched in between Werder Bremen away and Mainz at home, and the second leg is going to come just 4 days before a potential title decider at home to Borussia Dortmund. So both legs sandwiched in between 2 games, particularly the second leg. So all I'm hoping is this: we can get a solid first leg result away in Spain, heading back to the Bayer Arena. That's my hope, regardless, touch wood, because 4 games before the Borussia Dortmund clash, that second leg, oh man, I really don't want tired and exhausted legs, perhaps after an extra time period before that game against Borussia Dortmund. But it's Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals. Bring them on. It's going to be tough, we know that for sure, but bring them on. I believe we can make it through what will surely be a very balanced tie. Still for the third and final game of today's episode, we now take on VfL Wolfsburg here at the Bayer Arena in a huge game in the Bundesliga, where prior to this one, both RB Leipzig and Borussia Dortmund had played their games and had won as well. So this was our game in hand, and in order to return top of the table, we had to win this game. And if we were to win this game, any chance of Wolfsburg getting back in the title race was going to be over. And Raphael Varane, of course, in the first half, was causing me so much frustration. The villain does it once again. Jonathan David sent clear, surely to make it 1-0, and the Frenchman blocks the Canadian's goal-bound shot and keeps it goalless here at the Bayer Arena. What a block, and then what a block by Lunin just a few minutes later as it was still 0-0. Very cagey and nervy first half here at the Bayer Arena in a game where neither team could afford to lose and drop points in this one as their title dreams depended on it. But it was still 0-0, and I couldn't create any chance at all in the second half until the final seconds of the game when Zabala storms down the right and he's denied by Alex Merritt as Wolfsburg clear. I just could not break down Wolfsburg's defence in this game. Zagadou and Varane in particular were absolute monsters, and the only real chance the second half fell there. Zabala off the bench, going on the run, but denied from a tight angle. And as the referee blows for the full-time whistle directly afterwards, the game finishes deadlocked at 0-0. Varane bests Tony in this duel, but at what cost? Wolfsburg's title dreams surely die here at the Bayer Arena as they had to win tonight. And as for us, whilst we might go into second and take over RB Leipzig's place, we are now 2 points behind Borussia Dortmund, who also have a better goal difference record with 7 games to go. If they win their remaining fixtures, they'll be crowned champions, and there's nothing we'll be able to do about it. And it was coming, a slip-up was coming. We hadn't been playing very well of late, we've been looking unconvincing, and finally, we do drop points, and it comes at the hands of Raphael Varane's Wolfsburg. How fitting is that? But that was today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.